Hello everybody and welcome to our fourth game of King of the Hill Week 3. We have a new contender for the King, Von Ivan, and that is going to be Theodosios playing as the USF on the east side of KotH.
And the challenger, fighting from the west side of KotH, he's Von Insane Ivan! Should have said from Detroit, Michigan. He weighs 180 pounds. I'll do better next time. I'm definitely going to do a fight intro one day, Dan. That's going to be my... You know how we do these funny intros? That's my next thing. I'm going to move into that territory. That's where I'm going to go.
I've never really done the funny intros myself. It's
Yes, you have. You've joined me in them before. We've cast 1,000 games together now, Dan. People aren't going to begrudge us if we scat now and again, ever so slightly. So we have Von Ivan as OKW. He has chosen to play as this faction and as Axis because Theo has chosen the map as the contender. So it's interesting. People seem to think that Von Ivan doesn't like KotH and doesn't play well in it, but it certainly seems like Cryptic had a torrid time against him. So we'll have to see how he does on this one.
yeah, I don't know if there's really a map that Von can't adjust to. I guess Von, who's kind of synonymous with these large tank pushes and, you know, like really throwing everything into the equation, might not be so successful with a map that is, dare I say, has channels, has lanes. Are we going to use the MOBA?
Yeah, I mean, no, it's a completely
the Dawn of War map. You know.
No, this is, yeah, MOBA, exactly. This is a traditional 3-channel map. Most competitive gaming maps are 3-channel. That's why KotH has been a mainstay in KotH competitive activity for the past 6-7 years or something like that. So yeah, completely right. But and obviously Von Ivan relies on medium armor for these big flanking maneuvers, and medium armor isn't so great at crushing edges. It can't. So it's a good point. It's a very good point.
Yeah, it gives a little more. You know, Von can hit from less angles. I think that's probably the... But who knows? Who knows what the choice for this is? We are in a new patch. There should be new strategies coming in. And Theodosios is probably one of those that would go as far as creating those strategies and assessing his opponent. Where we saw him against Caesar, do you remember that? I mean, he played a fantastic game against Caesar to open off the entire King of the Hill Season 2, which was incredibly in-depth.
I am going to start casting these competitive situations with a little bit of a caveat to all players. If I throw shade at you, it's because of love of the game and because I'm trying to be, you know, semi kind of professional, kind of standard esports caster. And Theodosios for me, Dan, has not been aggressive enough in the games we've seen him in. He's a great strategic mind, but I've seen him as overly steady. And a player like Von Ivan doesn't do steady. A player like Von Ivan will exploit you, will push you into uncomfortable waters, and you know, he gave Theodosios a good spanking last week, didn't he?
He did, yeah. And there were mistakes that was made that contributed to that. Just by the way, Rifleman actually closing the gap on the Kubel. I'd highlighted it up, and whether this was intentional or not, I think it may have been. Theodosios knowing that his unit was just about to get veterancy, meaning he would have been able to push in and snare the Kubel, but Von Ivan was a little bit too quick for that. Von Ivan maybe also checking it. This is something we spotted back in GCS. Remember when DevM was doing it?
Yes, and, yes.
I
believe it's a massive thing that most USF players will be doing. Is
yeah.
Even I do it in auto match, and I'm terrible. It's where you assess how close you are to veterancy 1, and then you try and spring the anti-tank grenade upon the unsuspecting assailant.
Yeah.
It is an interesting idea.
I think it's always interesting to point that out when it does happen in game. Theodosios, I think, taking some rather unfavourable start game engagements because he was picking some fights there where he was losing models relatively quickly with no retreat. And Captain has already been teched with an ambulance to back up for healing the infantry.
Yes. So he's lost a few models. He's lost a lot of health. He's going to have to get the ambulance. And I'm interested to see how... Oh, nice mortar round there, forcing that first grenade away with a plump. That's the kind of mortar round you need when your back's up against the wall. It'll help you get back into things quite significantly.
Captain is going to come into vision of these Stern Pioneers planting mines. I think actually Von Ivan cancelled that, so it looks like maybe they weren't planting, and he might still get the element of surprise with the mine he planted on the munitions towards the green cover position. So Von, if he did manage to time that correctly, really, really good attention to... it must have spotted that unit at lightning speed. Oh yes, great reaction times there, as always. Von Ivan dodging the mortar round and closing the gap with the Sturmgewehrs, prototype assault rifles, doing their thing. Must be said, Theo's cut off from fuel right now, Dan. Yeah, he's having a tough time reconnecting, actually. Stern Pioneers haven't made it easy at all. And any squad that goes to take this green cover position by that tank trap is going to lose a couple of models, especially if he's walking unhealed, which fortunately now he isn't thanks to the ambulance. But the whole play, mortar wipe could be huge, and it does.
Oh dear Christ, that is horrendous. That unsuspecting unit has been blown to smithereens via a little bit of orange Jesus and a little bit of stagnation there. So there you go.
No, you could see that coming a mile off. I actually called that mortar wipe before it happened, just because you clump around a tiny object, you're going to get squad wiped. That is game mechanics at its finest. But,
well said, Dan.
Very unfortunate that Von had positioned himself there.
It is unfortunate, but it is that lack of preservation that we've always called Von Ivan out on. You would expect him not to have stood there for that long against the whistling sound of a mortar round. You know, you can hear that thing flying through the air, and I'm not saying a player of our caliber, Dan, would react to it in time, but you'd expect Von Ivan to, and he must be annoyed right now. As much as Von Ivan can be.
I imagine so, but that's I wouldn't say he's crying at his misfortune. That was
Does he ever? Does Von Ivan ever cry at misfortune? He once had DevM with the most insane artillery barrage of all time in GCS, and he probably didn't even, you know, think, oh my pizza, Dad.
He's yeah, I feel bad for him. Yeah. He's a very strong person. I think you catch him off guard and somebody's like, oh, crying on the inside. But otherwise he's very straight-laced with this kind of thing. And I think you need to have that kind of composure if you are going to play a game like this, because quite frankly, rage babies don't get on with this game.
They don't. They never have done. It took Helping Hand 6 years to become a tournament top-level player, because he was a rage baby, and baby rage was constantly ignited when he played. And now his skill level is so... He never actually overcame that, by the way. He just became that damn skillful that he overcame it. He never overcame the baby rage, though, unfortunately.
Luke's here is going to be chasing down Rifleman, hugely overextended on a negative cover road. Kugel's getting damage off. Luke's is going to chase, and I don't think we see any mines there to stop the the Lukes. If the Lukes does stop in the right position, he can actually prevent...
W now, he did! Oh, perfect. Prevent imminent death, I think you might have been about to say. And
no,
exactly
if you use the tank and you stop, it stalls the retreat. Which is, you can actually stop them to get out of the base so quickly. What is Von doing? He's going for the base defenses?
I think he's having a scout. He's trying to find the ambulance, of course. The ambulance is cowering, as you would expect. And here come the zooped up captain. Of course, hitting W or H, if you're one of those classic hotkey guys, to stall your vehicle increases the accuracy dramatically. And of course, it's a massive facet. Now he's found the ambulance. The chunky boy. He's found the chunky boy. And he's trying to get it. He just got one nice shot in.
The captain is trying to find its way around the maze of the USF base to try and land a shot.
There you go! What a shot! That was awesome!
Von gets out unscathed.
Von is genius. However, here comes the Stuart. Bazooka's missed wildly. By the way, you'll now notice the Lux has barely anything it can do against vehicles, Dan. It's had a big change in this balance patch preview. It's basically an anti-infantry tank now, and it can't even do anything to the Stuart. Faust can, though.
Going to take a Faust for chasing it down. Is there anything that Von can do to close it? Kugel here is just taking some easy shots off on the mortar, and I think the Volkswindies may continue the push. No, actually he's going to try and engage the Rifleman on negative cover with low health.
Beacon Stewards might be able to take out the Kubelwagen as well. One more shot. Misses. Terribly. The machine gun might finish it off though.
No.
Main gun destroyed! Yes! Yes!
That was
RNG! That's awesome.
that was the bad RNG we were talking about.
Oh, we died in the end!
Earlier.
There you go, there was a rifleman hanging out.
Thank
Right.
goodness. Thank goodness. That was the bad RNG that we were talking about previously. But yep, nothing to chase down this Stuart. The Raketin is on the field from Von Ivan now, so that he can deal with it if Stuart does try that again. And still no commander picks 10 minutes into the game. We've just passed. Still open for Theodosios to come up with the counter strategy to Von's aggression.
Every time you say Theodosios, I'll say Eos.
Okay.
I'll try and complete his name for you.
No, that's fine.
And I know you
gonna,
correct yourself like 1 out of 5 times, but the other 4 out of 5 times you regress to your ESL pronunciation of Theodosios' name. Even I couldn't say it.
It's either Theodosios or Theodosios, and
you can never say it right. Mind you, you're stupid. Oh, there we go. You said it. You can say it. You just choose not to.
Say it.
He just chooses not to. Awesome. That is classic Stormers. Nice from the
I'm trying to think of that. No, wait. I'm trying to think of one that. Jezelin. You say Jezelin.
Oh, I did for ages, didn't I? I used to say Jesulin.
No, Hezulin is what you used to say.
Then I started saying Hezulin, like the correct Spanish pronunciation. And then I just thought, fuck it, I'll do what people expect me to, which is, geez, you lying. But fortunately, Dan, it's no longer a problem because Jesulin is no longer a top-level player. Woohoo!
Yeah, it's sad to see that he did actually give up competitive after GCS, which is a real blow, I think, actually.
I was originally joking, of course it's a blow, and we all miss him dearly. Traveled 200 miles to cast him. He lost him in under 20 minutes.
Oh, that was a great evacuation from the building by Theodosios, who gets out on the northwestern entrance to the church, which allows him to avoid the incendiary that was well placed by Von Ivan. There is a huge infantry push going up the map right now. Theodosios looking pretty confident.
He's looking extremely confident, Dan. He's pushing in deep, Theodosios is, and he's getting in there. He's got his units all pushing in at the same time. Great convergence of his forces, and it's all about converging his USF, and he's doing it great, and now he may be able to cascade into Von Ivan and really push him out of this mid-game scenario.
He's done a very strong push there because, of course, not only does he take 2 VPs to stem the drain, he's cut off a squad of Voltroniders from the right-hand side who have a lot to retreat through, including the Stuart, and he's also now disconnected Von Ivan from his resources. Von Ivan only plus 13 right now.
He's doing a fantastic job. Theodosios is currently in control, and we wouldn't have thought that 5 minutes ago, but he is a great player. He's a top tier guy, and he's here, and he's making a big statement. Also, Dan, of note, 6 kill vet, 2 mortar.
We're losing a capture point.
You're laughing.
Sorry.
Oh, Foshenegg has been dropped from the sky! Mortar pushed away, nice! Use of that ability.
Yeah, it was nice actually to throw. Von's actually doing a very nice counter push, and as you say, that just completely threw Theodosios to make the retreat.
Oh, oh my god, I'm so happy that Foshenegg is actually paratrooping to the map now. Not just wake up inside a building, it's so much better! Oh god, thank you Mr. Smith, thank you Mirage Flaw, you are doing great work. I now fully feel like Foshenegg is, after 5 years, are where they should be. This is awesome.
It just opens up OKW to some kind of strategies that don't require buildings to building pop, do you know what I mean? And it's, I think that's a really good change. Yeah, so what I was laughing about before, by the way, was the Raketin lightly touched a wooden crate, which exploded on the physics. Like, honestly, it was like watching a Pershing drive into oil barrels. It was quite fantastic.
We can only hope whatever future Relic titles are keep the Essence engine, because the Essence engine has given us many a laugh over the years.
Alright, being cover destroyed for those Volks Grenadiers. Will they pick the sandbags for green cover, which will leave them in close range when these riflemen come around? In fact, no, Von prepared to fight from medium and negative cover. Gets a nice preemptive incendiary grenade, forcing his riflemen to flank. He just holds out for a long time. Yeah, I think, you know, Von just stays in the engagements a lot longer. He doesn't hit that retreat button immediately, and he makes it work.
He can do. I think Von Ivan is the best at all-in pushes, but he's probably the worst at tactical plays in small arms fire engagements. I think a lot of players, particularly Theodosios, will do it better than him. But Von Ivan's definitely brushed up on that side of his game a lot in the past 6 months. He's gotten a lot better.
I just think moments like, let's just take the left VP there, by him stalling, you know when you get to those situations late in the game, you've got one VP and you're really wishing that, gosh, I wish at some point in this game I just held a VP for a little bit longer. You know, Von's been doing that. He stays in until he gets his value there. And that's what I like to see, if I'm totally honest. There's an awkward retreat there from Theodosios as the Fallschirmjäger and Volksgrenadiers come around the flank, possibly looking to get on top of the mortar and disconnect the strategic point.
Stuart doing decent work around the rear. Got the riflemen keeping up the centre as well. Theodosios is fighting on all fronts right now except one, the south, and that's allowed Von Ivan to push up with the Fallschirmjägers and the Sturmgewehr wielding KotH Grenadiers, and he's able to push into that territory.
Stuart hit a mine on the top, meaning it couldn't pursue the Lukes. It was a nice bait from Von Ivan there, but had nothing to chase it down with. Luke's just going back to the mechanised regiment, getting repaired, and will be back on the front after a successful removal of the Stuart. And Von makes great use of the time that the Stuart is not harassing the field right now. He's taking a lot of territory off of Theodosios.
He's done a good job. He's been able to turn the tide of battle and soak the map in red, and that's exactly what he needed to see happen. He's also now capping his second fuel point, or very soon connecting it with that Rakettenwerfer, and this is going to allow him to push into better territories. He's got the Schwer Panzer headquarters setting up. He's gotten 60 fuel and counting, and I'm sure we'll be seeing a Panzer IV on the field in within 3 or 4 minutes.
Got the holy trinity of SWS trucks too. I mean, I actually remember typically with Luftwaffe was indicative of the King Tiger. And I don't know whether it was in the last patch, but it definitely was, I think, in the previous patch.
I think you'll
clock those with Luftwaffe and be like, it's going to be a problem.
Definitely, you're right, but I think your time dilation's off. I think we're on about 3 years ago Luftwaffe was meta, wasn't it?
Oh, no, not meta. It's just, you just see it and know, but I don't know if it was meta.
Oh, okay. I suppose, like, yeah, I get what you're saying. Stuart's gotten 5 kills, veterancy 2. The Panzer II, Luke's, has gotten 16 kills, also veterancy 2, not doing too badly. Or the light armour accompaniments of this game.
Such an awkward fight on that left-hand side. So much of Theodosios' army is on the left-hand side of the map right now, and Von is just sweeping up. He's managed to get MGs set up in very, very good positions to stop infantry coming onto the right-hand side of the map. And with the presence of the Lukes there and the negative cover, it's very awkward for Theodosios to fight from.
It is. Interestingly, by the way, we've had to have Sturm Pioneers with a Panzer Schreck in this game because obviously the Panzer II is no longer able to go toe-to-toe with the Stuart even from the rear of its armour. So he's really feeling he has to give it something extra, Von Ivan is, and that's why I feel we've had the Panzer Schreck in this game.
You're right, and it reminds me of kind of how the Panzer Grenadiers hold that role for Oster. Is, you know, sometimes even like the AT guns don't cut it. The Raketen certainly isn't on a map like this, so I think it's an excellent choice to utilise the Sturm Pioneers that way.
Excellent from Theo for staying in it. It does, of course, have the heavy cavalry doctrine, which is going to give us that all-important M26 Pershing tank in the late game. It's going to be nice to see. A squad wiping machine, I've always called it.
It's a great unit on a map like this. I wonder if it still has the breakable ability. I say breakable. There are some units in this game which have specific features, we'll call it. For instance, the Jagdtiger has one, doesn't it, where it can fire a very quick successive shot. Like I don't think the Pershing has one with its ability to fire its heavier round. So on a map like this, it's very fast. It has the ability to kind of close against tanks with incredible efficiency.
Yeah. Interestingly, at the moment, we've had Fallschirmjägers push in there. Currently scooting around the map thanks to Valiant Assault, which was utilised, allowing everything to get into better territories, including the Raketenwerfer, which missed its target, unfortunately. Fallschirmjägers have to push back to base now. However, look at this Valiant Assault, Dan. Straight away again with the First Grenadiers getting in position and allowing this Von Ivan battalion to really cause an indent in Theodosios' territories there. Oh,
Despite all of this,
go on.
Despite all of this, Theodosios handled that very, very well. Didn't really lose anything there, and he was lucky to get away with the Stuart. But actually, he retains a lot of his army. They're healing quickly. They're going to be back on the field very, very soon. He hasn't lost a great amount in that engagement. So the one thing that Von Ivan is buying himself is time, which is the real thing I think that Theodosios is fighting against.
It is indeed. By the way, the Pershing does have no changes in BPB. I've checked out for you.
BBP?
Yes, the British Battalion Petroleum or something. Here we go. Barred up rifles pushing in Vet 3. First Grenadier's got a difficult retreat path. Looks likely he will survive.
Points are down to 300.
It's the British Petroleum patch, and now all tanks run with more efficiency and with more, more buck for your mileage.
Absolutely, and all those dolphin skin tanks, they get covered in oil and drown in oil. BP patch, you get it, right? Deepwater Horizon. I went there, it's fine.
Wow.
Rule Britannia, Britannia kills the whales. The Gulf of Mexico will never be the same again.
We'll steer off this topic quickly before he launches into full rendition. But Von there, you see him flicking on hold fire for his Fallschirmjäger. He wants to make sure he gets optimum close range damage against these captain, against the captain models.
I love that. That is so cool. And here we go. We've got the American heavy General Pershing is on the field. He is a behemoth. He's the squad wiping machine. He's the terminator of your aspirations. He's the destroyer of your dreams. And he's on the field. And what else has been destroyed there, Jan? The Fallschirmjägers just went down to the barred up rifle, Vet 3 on the munitions point.
This is the point of the game that we're really looking for Theodosios to make some kind of big play. He's got the Stuart to defend the left if he can try and reclaim that VP. Mortar's doing some great work on the MG in the centre, and the Pershing is looking to clear up as much as possible. May even get away with a Raketen, which I think will be very useful to him, but the Pershing is a game-changer unit at this point in the field.
It genuinely is, and because of those losses, Von Ivan's manpower income is suffering. He's having to get 2 Raketenwerfers, instantly locking them in, and this now means he is truly on the back foot strategically.
I think Von, is Von actually, does it look like he's going for the King fire?
Not anymore. He's not able to, manpower-wise. He's had to get Raketenwerfers just to stay
no, he's
in
a
the
lot
game.
of fuel off. What I'm wondering is that where is he going to be spending his fuel? I don't think he wants to go for anything underwhelming either. Oh, what a kill on the retreat.
That was brutal. That was awesome. That was the squad wiping machine in action. The SWM.
Yeah, look at the army sizes now after that unit is hit. Do you know what I mean? That has made a big difference to this game.
Yeah, but also Von Ivan did just stand there with a unit getting killed. So I know it was the Pershing that's helped, definitely, and we just saw a big squad wipe there. But also Von Ivan preservation levels are low.
Captain with Vet 3, super speed initiated, which I think comes from the Vet 3, and is allowing them to actually do very good capping work around the field. They are equipped with bazookas as well, so the threat of the Lukes is a little bit less, as it can kind of counter and push it away, which it is doing at the moment. Here we see that Pershing coming in again. Still needs to be careful because Pershing. Oh. That's cheeky.
It is indeed. Still
Oh, wow,
ordinarily cheeky.
Ground attacking through the bushes there. Just picking up model after model. Pershing value. Already 15 kills at his time on the battlefield. Theodosios is working his way through the Volksgrenadiers, which just can't compete with 2 squads of barred up riflemen. And Pershing is further on the hunt.
Oh, this Pershing is a hunting machine. It's seen its next target is the Schwer, possibly, or no, a retreating Volksgrenadier. It looks at them and it laughs in anger as it destroys the squad. Holy crap, that is 1 dead Volksgrenadier, and M26 Pershing now 16 kills and up.
I'm going to say it again. Is he going for the King Tiger? Because he must be going for the King Tiger.
He must be now.
I think it wouldn't have been so bad if he had an army to back it up. But,
well, that's why Jagdpanzer 4 would have been a better choice. I mean, you said something. You said, I hope he doesn't build something underwhelming. And in my mind, I then thought, well, you want about like the Jagdpanzer or something? Because I think that would actually be the best choice right now. Because obviously not like a Panzer 4, that'd be terrible. But a Jagdpanzer would have been great because that would have kept him on the battlefield. That would have pushed the Pershing back and kept his squads alive. But here he is, Big Dave. Go on, Dan, give a hype intro for the King Tiger.
I don't think I can.
I will then. He's 68.5 tons of quantified destruction. He's a big fat fuck, and he's on the battlefield and he's saying, "Hello, I'm a tank." No, I'd say.
Oh no, this is a bit dangerous. He's tried to go to the right munitions, and the Pershing has managed to get 1 shot on rear armor. Rifleman will be able to get an anti-tank snare as the. Oh no, this has gone terribly. If the Pershing pushes up now as well, it will start penetrating from the front. Bazookas are equipped on the rifleman, and the King Tiger has completely fallen flat on its face, right from the colon.
And here comes the Stuarts, the vanquisher of the King Tiger. He's going around the rear armor. He's going to take the big bastard out. There you go. Stuart with the kill. And the King Tiger is now a monument to poor OKW play.
Wow. I mean, you could see him saving for the King Tiger and Marloff. I just think, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? But, you know, I still believed for a short amount of time that it could work.
And it did kind of work from an entertainment standpoint. These viewers are entertained.
It worked very well for Theodosios.
Now this is a game. This is what I like to see, Dan. Crazy things happening.
I'm really liking this as well. Theodosios spending his manpower as well, fighting positions to cover the centre VP, just to further make life hard for Von Ivan. Von Ivan with the Vet 5 Lukes. I'm going to say, fair play to him for getting the Vet 5 Lukes. It's not 31 kills. Not able... Oh, it does! Actually managed to get that important penetrating shot for a unit that has been nerfed, as you say, against vehicles.
Now, he's got the Stern Pioneer here in base. He should go and probably salvage the wreckage of his King Tiger. But Dan, he's still in the game. Hang on a second. He's still in the game. He's got 330 victory points to play with. Importantly,
sorry, you're saying he's still in the game. I'm currently on the graphs.
No, that's fine. Hang on. However, what happens to Gunner Heroes? Combat mechanics kick in, upkeep goes down, and if Theo doesn't close this game out, which I have accused him of not being aggressive enough in the past, if he doesn't close this game out, Von Ivan will come back into this. You have my word as a caster and a gentleman.
I think he bottled his comeback tactic, if I'm honest.
I beg to differ. I don't think Theo's closing this game right now.
We'll see. We do have we should see an anti-tank grenade go off after the bazooka hit the Panzer II Lukes. Now that's happened, Pershing has started to move over to that direction, meaning it will be in pursuit of the Lukes soon. It does have a little bit of health damage, which means the Volksgrenadiers could get that cheeky Faust off, but once again, nothing to finish the Pershing if that does happen.
So Von Ivan needs to get to 135 fuel before he can get the Jagdpanzer out, and it will hopefully be Jagdpanzer for his sake. I believe that's his only way to stay in this game right now. Oh, squad wipe possibly in the north. Has the Pershing seen where the first grenadiers? Oh, nearly gets the squad wipe. Holy crap, that thing's a beast.
I've got to say, Theo is great at ground attack. You know, like through the fog of war, through the hedges and stuff. He's got very, very good predictive precision on that. I think we're seeing Fallschirmjägers again.
We are. No, well,
this recon.
Stuka smoke reconnaissance, yes, indeed.
Look at these stern pioneers. They're just fighting against the mortar just to be able to get these units out.
Keeping it alive. Thing is, you bang on. If this mortar takes out the Schwer, that would truly be von Ivan out of this. Like, if that happened, he'd be absolutely effed. Like, you know. He's keeping the Pershing kind of at bay, the orbital dart, and eating shots. That's terrible play. That is awful. Oh God, no, okay. Now he's starting to look like he's out of the game. That was, oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear.
I mean, that's tough anyway, because without the LMG, I mean, they're not great infantry to infantry units. And they're heavy reinforcement costs, which quite frankly von Ivan cannot afford right now. So, not a massive fan of that. Also not a fan of this MG.
Why not? Did he say something about your mother?
Yeah, I'm a bit upset really. He said he could suppress her with the entire arc of his MG.
Oh dear Christ, that's awful. Oh my God.
Oh, this is a little bit of a bait here. We do have Axis mine ready and waiting for that Pershing to overextend just a little bit to try and take that tier 4. Could be a situation where von Ivan could get some shots back. And oh, it's actually starting to penetrate. We notice a lot of these shots do bounce, but it's managed to get a number of penetrations, which do at least force it off of the field, buying von Ivan a little bit more time.
Oh, this is what I'm saying. Right. Theo's a great player, love the guy, but he could have just stuck in there with that Pershing. He would have just the mortar nearly killed the stun pioneer. He could have carried on and just wiped the Raketenwerfer, but he doesn't take these gambles. In many ways, that makes him a wise player. But one thing I noticed about
Sorry, you can hear the mortar before it hits the squad wipe. Sorry.
Fantastic.
You were just laughing ahead of the wipe. So yeah, carry on.
Yeah. Well, Theo's won clearly, so it's hard to criticise him. Yeah. I'll stop.
Well, yep, one. Von is still giving it. I mean, I don't know what the.
He always does this. This isn't a game anymore.
No, you're right. He does.
It's a game. Do you want me to sing some songs?
He has just got Panzer IV out, but it's not going to do anything now.
No, it's a terrible tank to bring on at this stage. So, just pretend we're now watching World War II Aesthetics, a sandbox creation by Relic Entertainment. It can be played as a competitive game sometimes, but this is just a simulator for battles, and we're having a great time.
Ruddy great time.
This is wonderful! Look at these tanks driving around.
He's actually going to try and get the flank on the Pershing. Pershing does spot it, but he tries.
What? Oh, that was good! Holy crap, the Panzer IV's getting in there, Dan. Will he penetrate through the frontal armour? Oh, barely not doing so.
Yeah, he's also put himself at risk to an 18 aid, which he's trying to take the long route round. Still does go off, unfortunately. Now the Pershing is coming back in for the kill. And the turret trying to focus down infantry is not facing forward when that Pershing comes around and delivers that final blow to wipe all von Ivan's dreams.
Von Ivan, King, December 17th to December 17th.
Oh, and the Luke's is abandoned as well. Or not. Alright, well, whilst we wait for this game to finish, what I'm going to do... No, I'm going to open up the raffle for the next game. I think it would be good to...
yeah, great idea.
I think it would be good to start doing that now.
Yeah, that's a great idea. We're not going to fall into the
that.
GG trap of casting this game legitimately.
No. So, yep. Guys on stream, raffle is open. Raffle for the next person to play against Theodosios.
Mechanized regimental HQ has been destroyed. A mobile command vehicle has been dispatched.
Having a good day?
Having a good day?
Yeah.
I was up until about 2 p.m. How's work?
That's alright, yeah. Busy.
Have you? Well, you hit all your objectives in like first day, didn't you, or something? So.
Yeah, actually, within 5 weeks, I'd done all the stuff I'd planned to do in 2 months, which is...
That's good. What is it you're again? You're a gay for pay male gigolo, aren't you?
That's the weekends. Midweek. Just...
Shall we start organising GCS2 whilst we're waiting? Have a conference call? We need to make use of this time. Time is money done.
There we go.
There we go.
Well, thanks, Von, for dragging that out.
As always.
Yeah, not graceful by any means, but alright, let's get back to the lobby and get into the next game.